Welcome. So if you're like me, this has been a hard time. This is a hard time. There's so much turmoil and upheaval and pain in our world. There are many people who are suffering racially, collectively, politically. There's such a huge divide. So I'd like to offer this practice to help us move through these intense energies. We're all feeling them right now. And this is a practice to kind of open up more space in our hearts, in our minds, in our bodies. I know I've been feeling really stuck and constricted, so this is my offering to help us all deal with this. I'm a yoga teacher, and that's what I know, so I'm offering what I know. So find a comfortable way to sit. Maybe removing the flesh from the sits bones. Take a moment to arrive in your breath. And to do that, it's often very helpful to take several exaggerated inhales and sigh out the exhales. And do that a couple of more times. Exaggerate your inhale and and if you like, bring your hands in some expression to the heart, maybe palms facing down or whatever feels organic to you. And if it feels authentic, you might silently say these words to yourself. I offer this practice to all who are suffering, to all who are marginalized, to all who are not being heard. Black lives matter. They matter so much. Bring your hands away from your heart. Maybe just shake it out for a moment. Let's begin with some movement. Again, with the intention of opening our heart for ourselves, to the suffering part of ourselves, and for the world, to the suffering part of the world and our country. Again, beginning to deepen your breath. And as you inhale, perhaps bring the chest forward, maybe open your arms to the side a little bit. And then exhale, bring the hands to the heart and maybe round your spine towards the back of the room, towards the back, the area behind you. Inhale, open your heart, lean forward like you're really welcoming in everyone and everything. And exhale, bring it all into your heart. Moving back and forth between cat and dog tilt or cat and cow tilt. And then adding the arms as a gesture of receptivity and a gesture of inclusion, including us all and yourself. And slowly come back to sitting, to center and pause. Bringing hands to the knees or the thighs now. And begin to circle your torso. So inhaling towards one side and then to the front and over to the other side and all the way around to the back. Making your movements as big or small as you like. Moving with the breath. Maybe reversing your circles. Maybe setting an intention to really move slowly and mindfully through this practice. When we slow down our movements and make them more deliberate, we're sending a message to the brain as well to kind of slow down and pay more attention and be more inclusive. Coming back to sitting. Bring the hands to the sides and then begin to, as you inhale, arms float overhead. Maybe palms touch as you get overhead. Get longer as you pause here. Press down into the sits bones. Press up through the fingertips. Get longer. Breathe. Soften the tops of the shoulders into the torso. And as you exhale, twist, bring the left hand to the right thigh, right hand behind you. The right hand can be planted behind you or wrapped around the left hip. Breathe, look towards your right shoulder. Let your breath wash up and down your spine. As if you're just clearing and kind of doing a little house cleaning inside with your breath. Inhale, unwind, arms float overhead, palms touch, pause. Again, get longer, but stay grounded through the bottom. Feel your breath. And as you exhale, come into the twist to the other side, right hand to left thigh, left hand behind you, or wrap it towards the right thigh. Look towards your left shoulder. Inhale, unwind, palms float overhead, fingertips touch. Now press the palms of the hands together. Press into the palms. Press down into the sits bones. Exhale, float the arms out to the sides. And maybe bring the hands in front of you and just bow down in front of you. So as deeply or as shallowly as feels best for your body. Don't force, don't over effort. Begin to walk the hands back in and transition into take a position on hands and knees. And from here, coming right up into downward facing dog. And just take downward dog as a just way to stretch, to move, to side out, whatever feels good for you. And then gently walking the feet towards the hands, hanging forward, fold and pause. Soften the knees. Maybe nod the head, yes. Forward and back. Shake the head, no. No, not doing that. Side to side. And then slowly bring the head back to center and slowly peel up to standing. Once you're up, maybe shake it out a little bit. Let's come into empty co-sleeve. Step the feet wider. Ground down into the earth. And then start to let the arms sway side to side. Pick up the opposite heel so your hips are able to follow. And it might feel really good to inhale through the nose to center and exhale. Ha, ha, ha. Let your ha be as loud or as soft as you like. back to center and step to the front of the mat. If you have blocks, you can use blocks alongside your feet. If you don't have blocks, no worries, you can do it without blocks. Begin in mountain pose, hands to the belly. Let yourself arrive in your breath. And inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Bring the hands to the blocks. Take a big step back with the right foot. Sink the right knee down, coming into low lunge. Walk the blocks back if you're using blocks. Blocks are right under the armpits, or your hands can be to the front thigh, or if your fingers touch down, they can be down. Breathe, and just begin to move your hips a little forward, a little back. And the next time the hips are towards the back, if it works for you, bow down over your left knee, your nose towards your knee. Your knee can be any amount of straight. It can just be halfway straight. You can stay upright if that feels better for you. And inhale, bend the knee. Lean into the left foot, step the right foot forward, forward fold. Pause, hang, soft knees. Inhale, halfway up, gather the belly, and inhale, halfway up, hands to shins or thighs. Lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Strong legs, strong belly. If you like, bring the arms out to the sides. Stay with the breath, and then come all the way up to standing. Press the palms of the hands together again strongly. Slide your hands to your heart, your prayer to your heart. And let's keep moving. Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Hands to blocks or to the ground. Left leg steps far back. Sink the left knee. Sink into the hips, the pelvis. Breathe. Again, if you have blocks, bring the blocks under your armpits, or the hands can be to the right thigh. And then as you exhale, straighten the right knee any amount. And if it works for you, bow forward. Again, you can stay upright and just breathe into the opening of your hip flexors. Bend the right knee. Bring the right foot back down. Step back into table. Right leg goes back. Downward dog. Pause for a moment in downward dog. Big hands, big feet. On your inhale, let your knees just kiss down towards the ground, just lightly touching the ground, and then pike back up into downward facing dog. Glide forward as you inhale, knees kiss the ground, and exhale into downward dog. Do that a few more times, unless you would rather do plank. And then just pull forward as you inhale and keep your whole body straight. I'm choosing to stay in knees down plank. And then come all the way down onto the belly. Make your way onto the belly. Bring the arms in front of you. Forehead, mouth, or chin to the ground, whatever feels best for your neck. Let yourself arrive on the ground. I'm just lifting my head up a little bit so you can hear me, but your head is down. On the next inhale, right leg floats up just a couple of inches, and maybe the left arm press into the left leg, the right hand. Breathe. Exhale, back down. On the next inhale, left leg lifts up just an inch or two, your right arm. Very gently, like 50% of what you might normally do. And then bring the right arm down, the left leg down, pause. On the next inhale, both legs float up. Maybe the chest and head floats up, and maybe both arms float up as well. So you can stay here or bring the arms out to the sides in airplane, and then bring the palms alongside the thighs in, I forget what this is called. If you want to keep moving, bring the arms out to the sides in airplane and overhead into Superman. Maybe one more time out to the side and alongside the feet. This is boat pose. And sink down onto the belly, maybe turn the cheek to one side, or make a pillow with the hands for the head. Let's do that again, unless you would rather rest. Bring the head back to center. The legs float up, arms float up, head and chest float up. Stay quite low. Stay here or bring the arms out to the side, airplane. And then overhead into Superman or Super Yogi. Back through airplane, arms out to the side. And back into boat, arms alongside the thighs. When you've had enough, sink down onto the ground and turn your cheek to the opposite side. Bring the head back to center, hands alongside the chest. Gather the belly in, inhale up into table, and then pull back into extended child for just a moment. Inhale back up into table. Let's do some cat and dog tilts or cat and cow. Inhale, heart forward, chin up, tailbone up. Pull the heels of the hands towards the knees to stretch the front body more. And then gather the belly in and round the spine away from the mat into your dog tilt. This time you can push the heels of the hands towards the front of the mat. Keep the belly hugged in. And coming back and forth between cat and dog. Some people call it cat and cow. If you want to make this movement even a little bit bigger, you can bend the elbows a little bit, bring the heart down towards the mat as you're in that cow or dog tilt. And then exhale, round into cat tilt. Back and forth at your own pace. Inhale back into neutral. Bring the elbows under the shoulders. Interlace the fingers so you're pulling the heels of the hands together. Press the elbows down into the ground. Let your head drop. Tuck the toes. Pike up into dolphin. So your knees lift, your hips lift, and you keep pressing into the forearms and the elbows. Breathe. Not the elbows so much as the forearms and the hands. And then slowly bring your knees down. Unclasp the hands. Keep the arms where they are. Send the right leg far back. We're going to come into forearm plank. Left leg far back. Stay in your forearm plank. Elongate as much as you can. Keep pressing down and back through the forearms. Breathe. Come on, all the way down onto the ground, hands alongside the chest. Come up into table or downward facing dog, walk it out. Bring the right leg behind you into three-legged dog. Pause here for a moment. And then look between your hands. Bring the right foot forward and come up into warrior one. So turn the left heel towards the back. Right knee is bent. Come all the way up. Hands to the hips or just hanging. Actually, let's bring the hands back to the heart as a gesture of coming into our heart. And let's do that opening of the heart again. Inhale, arms wide. And exhale, float the hands to the heart. Inhale, arms wide. Exhale, float the hands to the heart. And again. And you can continue that or keep the hands to the heart or interlace the fingers, bring the hands behind the head and then lean your head into your hands, opening your heart. You might bring your gaze to where the ceiling meets the wall in front of you. Breathe. And come forward, release the arms. Cartwheel down onto the ground, step back, downward dog. Walk it out. If you like, add that plank or knees down, plank floating forward, knees kiss down, and pike up into downward dog, gather the belly in. Move slowly and mindfully again. If you move faster in too much of an aggressive manner, then your mind follows. So be gentle with your body. Be gentle in your movements. The next time you're in downward dog, pause here. Send the left leg behind you, three-legged dog. Keep the hips level. Look between your hands. Left foot comes forward between the hands, coming up into warrior one. Right heel comes down, the right foot is angled to the side, left knee is bent. Press into both feet to come up. Square your hips to the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your heart. Soften into your breath, soften into your strong, active legs. Inhale, open your heart to yourself, to everyone else. Exhale, bring all that love into yourself. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, fold closed. Inhale, open wide. Next time hands are to the heart, pause here. Stay here, bring the arms overhead or interlace the fingers behind the back. And then lean the head into the hands and press the hands into the head and breathe. Release the arms. Cartwheel them down, step back, downward facing dog. Again, pull forward into plank or touch the knees down, kiss them down, not all the way down, but just hugging, just kissing the mat and then pike up into downward dog. Do that a few more times. Again, compassion, love for yourself. The more mindfully you move with the breath, the better your mind will feel. Make your way all the way down onto the belly. Hands alongside the chest this time, elbows hugged in. Let your belly really melt into the ground, your pelvis melt into the ground. And then from the soft belly, from the heavy pelvis, let your chest and head rise up. So just like maybe 30% of what you normally do. Stay here, Shoulders moving away from the ears. Exhale down onto the ground. Downward facing dog. Step or jump, forward fold. Pause. Bend the knees, sweep the arms out to the sides. Come all the way up. If you like, add a little back bend. Exhale, hands back to the heart. Pause. Gonna wipe off my sweat. You might not be sweating, but for some reason I'm prone to sweating lately. It is getting to be summertime too, right? And breathe. Bring the arms wide, and then hands to heart. Arms wide, hands back to the heart. Arms wide, hands back to the heart. Step to the front of the mat again. Bring your hands to your hips. Feet are parallel, bend the knees towards the center toes. Sit down in your chair shape. And then bring your hands to the fronts of your thighs while you're staying in this chair position. Inhale, heart forward, tailbone up. Open the heart, exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Coming back and forth between those cat and dog tilts at your own pace. Come back to neutral. Arms can be in front of you or bring the arms alongside the ears. Maybe sink into your chair a little more. Stay here or swing the arms behind you and then back up, behind you and back up, behind you and back up, behind you, back up. Come all the way up, hands to the heart. Arrive. And let's play with a little balance. Bring the hands to the hips. Shift the weight to the left foot. Right knee comes forward. So stay here. Maybe come into crane if that feels good for you. Or extend the right leg. Reach inside the right leg for the big toe or the instep or the ankle and extend the right leg in front of you. You're just playing and breathing. If it works, bring the left hand behind the head. Press the head into the hand and the hand into the head. You can again come back through crane or stay in crane if you're still in crane. Maybe fly your crane. Soften, breathe, and smile. Bring the right leg down, hands to heart. Check into your heart. Is there judgment arising in your heart? Can you soften your heart to yourself? Hands to the hips. Left knee comes forward. Stay in crane if you like. Add your crane wings. Or play with extending the left leg, holding onto the left foot or the left big toe. Just find your shape. Don't force, don't over effort. If it works for you, bring the right hand behind the head and press the head into the hand. You're still opening your heart. Maybe transition back into crane. I lost it, and maybe you did too. It's all play. And fly your crane. Bring the left leg down. Pause. Bring the hands to the hips. Take a big step back with the right foot. Open the hips to the right. Straighten both knees now. Your left leg is facing forward. Your right heel is facing towards the back. So your little pigeon-toed with the right foot. Arms straight up from the shoulders, triangle. Hips go to the right, left arm reaches forward, bringing left arm down, right arm up. So you're not trying to reach your toes or the floor. You're attempting to keep your whole body in, like you're flattened. Breathe. Then you're opening your heart. Smile into your heart. If you like, start to sweep the right arm in front of the face and all the way around. You can reverse the circles. Return to upright, hands to the hips. Turn the toes towards the middle, towards the long side of your mat. Maybe shake it out a little bit. And then turn your right foot towards the back of the room, the left heel towards the front. Square your hips to the side again. Triangle on the other side, both legs strong and taut. Arms strong and engaged. Hips go to the left. Right arm reaches to the right, and then bring right arm down, left arm up. Again, try not to reach for the ground or your toes. Keep opening the left hip so it's even with the right hip. Your legs are really strong. See how light you can make your upper body with the breath. Arms stay engaged, but your torso, your heart is soft. Maybe circle the left arm. Reverse the circles. Arrive back up, hands to the hips, turn the toes towards the front, step or jump into Tadasana, mountain pose, step to the front of the mat. Bring your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers behind the head, lean your head into your hands, open your heart. And exhale, bend the knees, fold the elbows together, lean forward, and then inhale, open your heart. Exhale, gather the belly in, fold closed. Inhale, open wide. Exhale, fold closed. Inhale, open wide. And come all the way down, forward fold, hang for a moment. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. And then make your way all the way down onto the back. Lie down on the back. Get comfortable on the back for a moment. And arrive. If you like, take constructive rest pose. Let your hands rest on your belly, knees resting against each other. If it feels good, maybe turn the head gently side to side to soften the neck. Bring the head back to center, knees into the chest, curl up into a little ball, maybe even lift your head. Bring the head back down. Release the hands. The palms come down, the thumbs go under the base of the buttocks. You might rock side to side. And then coming into water wheel, start to imagine that your legs are the water wheel of an old mill. And it's churning this fresh, clean, clear water. I like to imagine a covered bridge as well. So we're someplace in New England. Breathe. Again, try to make your movements slow and mindful rather than rushed. You actually build more muscles that way because you're not able to use the momentum to make the movement, but rather the strength of the legs and the belly. Reverse the circles and imagine that clean, cool, beautiful water being splashed onto your face. Your feet are dipping into the water and splashing it up into your face for a nice cooling, refreshing sensation. Feel free to rest or to drop out when your body's had enough. If you want to stay with it, reverse the circles again. Keep softening the face so the jaw doesn't grip. The tongue peels off the roof of the mouth and rests on the bottom part of the mouth. And reverse the circles again. If you like, again, feel free to drop out or rest. This is your practice. And then bring the knees into the chest. Bring the hands to the heart again, just like we've been doing throughout the practice. So now you're curled in, your hands to your heart. And as you inhale, open arms and legs wide, hugging the world. And then close, bring that hug back into your heart, knees to chest. Inhale, open wide, embrace the whole world. Exhale, bring all that love into your own heart. Continue at your own pace. Again, slow down your movements. Use the belly, the strength of the belly to make your limbs lighter. Use the strength of the earth to make your limbs lighter. So you're pushing off the ground. When you've had enough, release the feet. You can keep the hands to the heart. You can again take constructive rest pose, or hands to belly, or arms out to the sides. And then one more time, curl up, bring the knees into the chest, maybe even lift the head. And then bring the head back down, keep the knees hugged in. Bring the arms down onto the floor, but bring them a little bit lower so they're closer to the hips. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, let your knees drift over towards the right, but let them hover. The left shoulder stays on the ground. You can look to the left. And then inhale, knees back into center, and exhale, let the knees drift over to the right. Again, make sure the right shoulder stays down. Back and forth at your own pace. Push and pull into your hands to stay grounded, to use the earth to push off. If it feels good for your body, the next time the knees come to the right, you can let them hover or bring them all the way down, whatever feels best for you. If you have a block or a pillow, you can also put that under your knees. Bring the right hand to the left thigh. Maybe turn the left palm up. Look towards your left fingers. And as you inhale, sweep the left arm in overhead and over to the right, maybe all the way to the floor. And then open your heart again. Bring the left arm slowly back to the left. Again, you can use a block or a pillow to support your knees if they're hovering, or build strength in your abdomen by keeping the knees hovering or roll all the way over. Your choice. The next time the left arm is out to the side, pause here, maybe even look towards those left fingers. Maybe keep the arm down and just turn your head gently side to side. Your breath is going all the way down into the belly. Bring the head to center, right arm down. Palms, both palms facing down, gather the belly in, knees come back up to center. You can again curl up into that little ball. Then release the chest and head, bring the arms down, palms facing down. And just let the knees come side to side just a few more times. Keeping opposite shoulder down. And when we are ready, then let the knees drift all the way towards the left. Again, you can use something to support your thighs, your knees, or your knees may be hanging. If you like, bring the left hand to the right thigh. If you want, turn the right arm, palm face up, and then start to sweep the right arm up off the ground, overhead and over to the right. Maybe you're watching it with your eyes. That's usually what you watch things with, right? Side to side at your own pace. Again, we're attempting to keep it slow and soothing rather than striving and efforting. The next time the right arm is out to the side, you can pause here if you like. You can turn the head towards the right fingers. Maybe turn your head gently side to side. Bring the head back to center, both palms turn down now, gather the belly in, bring the knees back up. One last time, let's curl up into that little ball, and then bring your feet to the mat, keeping the knees bent. Bring your right knee into the chest and hug it in, and then cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Transitioning into eye of the needle pose if you like. Lift the left knee up, bring the right hand between the legs and hold on to the left thigh or the left shin with both hands. Keep both feet flexed. An alternative, if this is too much for you, bring your left knee slightly forward and lift your left foot up and press your left foot against an imaginary wall. You can bring your hands to your heart or your belly or keep them out to the sides. Keep softening the jaw, so your breath, each inhale softens your jaw, each exhale releases your tongue. Unwind when you've had enough. Bring both feet to the ground, arms out to the side, and just let knees, windshield wiper, side to side again. Bring the knees back to center. Bring the left knee into the chest, cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Stay here for a few breaths. When you're ready, transition into eye of the needle pose. Right knee comes in, left hand goes between the legs. Hold on to whatever you can reach. Don't force. So my shoulders and my head shouldn't be off the ground. They should be released back down towards the ground. And again, one way to facilitate that is to press your right foot into an imaginary wall. Use your breath to soften the chest, the jaw, soften around the heart, soften the whole face. And when you're ready, let both either release or bring legs and arms up overhead into a wide V. And then again, bring knees into the chest, hands to heart. Inhale, open. So you might be resting, and that's fine, or you can do a few more of those. In kids yoga, we say, my world, as we hug the world, and then myself as we hug ourselves. So my world, myself. Play a little bit with me if you want, or rest. We're gonna do one more pose before final relaxation. So let your feet float down. And we're gonna come into bridge just for a little more heart opener and a little strengthener for the core. Arms alongside the hips, palms facing down, heels a comfortable distance from the buttocks, knees resting over ankles, press into the feet. Lift your hips up as far as you can. And imagine, again, opening your heart up. You can stay here or do bridge waves. Slowly bring the hips back down. If you like, add the arms as well. Bring the arms overhead. And you can even bring them wide and turn the palms up like we did before, and then bring the hips back down, the arms back alongside the hips, palms facing down. Make it your own, slowly, deliberately, mindfully moving with the breath. Even though your arms are going wide, try to not let your knees go wide. When you've had enough, then pause and rest. And if you like, bring the knees into the chest. Maybe bring the hands to the knees and circle your knees. Or my favorite is to cross the ankles and hold on to the big toes and then circle the knees. So you're just finding some way to massage your lower back. And when you're ready, make your way into final relaxation. So whatever that looks like for you, if you have some support to put under your knees, you can do that. I recommend that you do that. It's much kinder for your back not to have the legs extended. That might feel good for a little while, but then your back might start to talk to you. I suggest bringing the feet wider and letting knees rest against each other, hands to your belly. So find whatever is comfortable for you. If it's more comfortable for you, feel free to come onto the belly or join me in Virasana, sitting on blocks if that appeals to you. So take a few moments and find where you want to end your practice today. Either taking a final rest or a final meditation, upright. Let your body arrive. Let your body sink onto the earth. Imagine the earth fully supporting you. Imagine the earth saying, "Come and rest on me, my child. I am here for you." Soften the buttocks. Let your breath massage your belly. Imagine your breath massaging your spine. Soften your heart to yourself and to everyone, everywhere. If it feels appropriate, to again symbolically bring your hands to your heart, allow that. Or bring your hands to your belly. Imagine the front of your brain, the forehead softening onto the front of the brain. And then the front of the brain resting on a shelf formed by the back of the brain. The back of the brain sinking towards the back of the head onto the earth. There's a softening from the forehead, extending to the sides and all the way to the back of the head. Lips soft, jaw soft, eyes soft. As you continue to release, here's some words from Swami Kripalu, an Indian sage who is affectionately known as Bapuji, beloved grandfather. My beloved child, break your heart no longer. Each time you judge yourself, you break your own heart. You stop feeding on the love which is the wellspring of your vitality. The time has come, your time to live, to celebrate, and to see the goodness that you are. You, my child, are divine. You are pure. You are sublimely free. You're God in disguise, and you're always perfectly safe. Do not fight the dark. Just turn on the light. Let go and breathe into the goodness that you are. So, option to extend your final relaxation a little longer. Feel free to stay. If you want to close with me, you might bring your knees into the chest, gently roll to one side, and slowly make your way to any upright position. Again, feel free to pause longer. And if you like, join me in a brief loving kindness meditation. May we all feel safe. May we all feel a little peace. May we all care for and support each other. May everyone, everywhere feel safe. May everyone, everywhere feel a measure of peace. May everyone, everywhere care for and support each other. Namaste. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other.